What's going on, guys? Riley here from RP Productions, and today we're going to talk about the proper break-in procedure on your brand new car. Now, this is a topic that many people have different viewpoints on and opinions, so if yours differs from mine, let me know in the comments what your opinion is and why you think that way. But in this video, I'm going to tell you what I believe to be the general correct way, and then explain my reasoning. So before we begin, I want to let you know if your owner's manual states something entirely different from what I'm about to tell you, you should probably follow the owner's manual to some extent. Sometimes the owner's manual can be very broad and generic. Like, for example, with this car, it said the break-in period is 1,500 miles. That's pretty much all it really said. It didn't say anything else. It just kind of was like, it's up to you, good luck, but 1,500 miles. But if your owner's manual states, like, do not do this for this amount of time or whatever, go by that. Trust the owner's manual. They're there for a reason. However, with this car, the owner's manual, there's a lot of stuff on different forums and different Facebook groups and stuff of people talking about what's actually the correct way to do this and what's not. Now, yesterday in this car, I hit 1,000 miles, which is a great achievement because that, to me, means the car is pretty much broken in. With that 1,000 miles, I went ahead and got my first oil change done just to clear all that gunk and stuff out from just the oil that was used at the factory, and you just want to get rid of that stuff as soon as possible. Some people will tell you do it at like 50 miles or 100 miles. I chose 1,000. I was pretty easy on the car for those first 1,000 miles. I mean, I got on it like a couple times, probably towards like the more 800-mile range, but generally I was pretty easy on the car just because I've always done more of an easy break-in. I feel like if you get a brand new car, you shouldn't just be, beating it up right from the start. I feel like you should kind of ease into those things to get the motor, the transmission, the diff. I mean, every one of these moving parts, you want to get them to their optimal, I guess, not really wear, but you want to get them to their optimal setting. And so with that, I went ahead and was pretty easy on the car. But the first 4 miles that were put on this car were done at the factory. And that is the case with pretty much every car. Every car comes to the dealership with some kind of mileage from the factory. And those first 4 miles, or the first few miles put on a brand new car, those are the most important and most essential miles put on a car. Like, that could pretty much make or break your engine. Now, when you buy a car, for example, I bought this car, it had 4 or 5 miles on it. The factory puts those miles on because they know those are the most essential miles that could lead to, catastrophic failures and stuff later on down the road if that was done incorrectly. So in order for them to prevent warranty work on their end, they know that, hey, we need to do this the correct way. And so that's why, manufacturers go ahead and do those initial miles. However, you still probably up and towards like the 500-mile point. Those are still very important miles put on a car. So generally just go pretty easy on it. Get your oil change done pretty early. I don't really have like a set mileage to tell you like, hey, do it at this mile. If your owner's manual states something, follow that. But I chose 1,000 miles. It's been what I've used for this car and my last car, and both of them have not blown up. So 1,000 miles seems like a good number. So now I'm sure in the comments there's going to be all kinds of, professional engineers that are like, no, that's not the right way. But if you disagree, let me know. But what I'm saying is change your oil pretty early on. Go easy on the car for the first 500 to 1,000 miles, depending on your vehicle and depending on if there's specifics in your owner's manual. Generally go by what the owner's manual says. But, the majority of the owner's manual, or the majority of the miles, damn it, I can't talk. The most important miles are those first few that come from the factory that are already done for you. So really, you don't have to worry about too much, but I would not go and buy the car and take it straight to a track day event and beat the piss out of your brand new vehicle. That is just not the smart thing to do. It's an investment for you. Protect your investment. The least you could do is change your oil early on in the life of the car. So with my car being broken in now at this point, I think now would be a great time to go ahead and give it its first pull from 0 miles per hour up to 60. So first 0 to 60 here on the channel with the new car. Let's do it. I have never done one of these before in a manual transmission car, so I don't know what's about to happen, but we're gonna give it a shot. And hopefully we don't blow anything up. And here we go. I got 4.6, which is not bad for a first time. So on paper, this car is supposed to be 4.2, which I definitely think it has it in it. I kind of bogged it at the launch. I got to perfect that. But 4.6 for the very first time ever launching this car, I will take that. That's pretty good. Definitely after you get it past that initial launch, which I got to work on, obviously, it pulls freaking hard. I love this car. I would be shocked to see if this car was slower than a Scat Pack. I think that with a little bit of perfecting on my part of the whole driver mod thing, I think that this thing should walk away. It definitely, it feels faster. Part of that could be a mental thing because it's a manual and I'm more involved with the whole scenario, but I think it's faster for sure. I mean, 4.6, very first time doing a launch. Shoot, I don't even know if my Scat Pack launch first time was that good. And that was with an automatic transmission. But regardless, 4.6, 0 to 60 was the first 0 to 60 ever done on this car, which, not too bad. Now, like I said, that was the first time I've ever done a 0 to 60 in a manual transmission car. So that's pretty darn good for a first timer. However, I think I'm going to take it easy on the car for a little while longer, just get it above that 1,500 mile mark before I really start to go and like do that more frequently. I don't think one time is going to hurt the car at all. However, you probably still wouldn't want to go do a track day at, what am I, 1,200 miles now? Let's see. Yep, sitting here right now with 1,202 miles on the car. So no track days yet. However, some people were saying like, Riley's never going to track that car. No, I plan on tracking this car. I don't know if I'm going to track it before or after I modify it. It might be kind of cool to do it before and after, and that way you can get a before and after like time result. But I will end up tracking this car at some point. I'm not sure which track, I'm not sure when, where, whatever, but it will happen. That's why I bought this car. I mean, it's a track-ready Camaro. I didn't buy it to just look pretty. I mean, might as well use it, right? And as far as modifications for this car goes, I plan on doing mods, yes. Do I plan on going like crazy power, like 700 plus? No, I don't plan on doing that. I plan on, as of now, we're gonna stick to full bolt-ons. We're gonna see if that lasts. Maybe one day I'll run into some money and be like, oh, screw it, let's pro charge it. So that would be great, but I don't want to drop the money for that right now. But full bolt-ons should give me some safe, reliable, good power in this car, which is what I'm going for, and just something I can daily drive without having to worry about anything blowing up on me. So some people are like, you should get a cam, and a cam would be really fun. I think they sound awesome. However, daily driving a cammed Camaro that's a track-focused, you know, race car, I don't know. So we'll see if that ever happens, but for now we're going to stick to bolt-ons eventually. But like I said in my previous video, I'm going to put somewhere between 5,000 to 10,000 miles on the car, make sure everything's all good with the car before I start going and blowing up warranties and stuff. Because, you know, with every new car, there are those few bad apples. Trust me, I would know. So you want to make sure you don't have one of those bad apples before you start modifying it. Some people just say screw it and they modify it from day one, but I'm going to try to do the somewhat smart thing and put 5,000 to 10,000 miles on it, and then we'll start digging into power. But for now, I'm going to enjoy the car for what it is, because honestly, straight out of the box, this car is a freaking fantastic car. I love it so much. It'll be really fun to do like the full review on this car and, you know, go over what I love, what I hate, all that stuff. There's going to be so many fun videos on this car. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it, regardless of if you're a Chevy fan or Ford fan. Who cares? I think everybody at this point can, you know, understand a good car when they see it, and this is definitely no slouch. Well, guys, I know that was pretty short and sweet and to the point. However, I wanted to talk about break-in period stuff because I know a lot of people have no clue what to do, and some people just don't know. They get the car and they just go and start flooring it, and that's, you know, generally not the not the right thing to do for your motor. So wanted to talk about that. I wanted to get my first pull on film, and yeah, that's about it. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one, and take it easy. Have a great rest of your weekend. Hopefully the Texans can put up somewhat of a fight against the New England Patriots this afternoon. Probably not, but we'll find out. Have a good one, guys.